Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So this is a quick update. Meghan and Harry essentially are trashing Tyler Perry's mansion. I think everyone's seen the latest pictures that have gone up. They went up around yesterday evening. The paparazzi have, well, interestingly, Backgrid seem to have captured these images of the Tyler Perry mansion that Meghan and Harry are staying in, and they seem to have erected this tarp-like screening around the edges of the mansion, and it looks absolutely hideous. So it just looks as though they are living some kind of LA nightmare. So they've got this hideous black screening, which I'm going to be putting up in the video as I speak, and I'm just trying to figure out what exactly are they doing. Now, allegedly this mansion has 18 bedrooms and 12 bathrooms, I believe. It's a very big place for only 2 adults and a baby, and I don't know what they're doing there, but it looks absolutely terrible. A lot of people are outraged by this. I'm also really perplexed about this. Why are they doing this? What exactly are they doing? And I think that this is a testimony and evidence that Meghan and Harry essentially have run out of cash. I believe that they've run out of money, because why would any multimillionaire be living in such a condition? I personally feel that they have being cut off by Charles, and I'm going to add this into another video, simply because of the fact that why wouldn't they go and get a concierge serviced apartment with a presidential suite style somewhere in LA? I mean, they're in LA, they're in the lap of luxury, they're in the land of money. Surely they could afford to find a serviced apartment that has security so that they can only be seen when they want to be seen. You're going into the building, coming out of the building with all of the facilities. You can have indoor pools, you can have indoor spas, you can have indoor... This mansion doesn't really look adequate, and it doesn't really look safe for two high-profile people like Meghan and Harry. Now, apparently they've done this because this mansion is right next to a public walking trail. It's a popular hiking trail that has been reopened as of May 9th to the local public in LA. So this is a popular route that people like to walk along, and obviously you get the scenery. It has a beautiful scenery out where they are. It seems that they are really worried about their privacy, but another thing that I don't really understand is the fact that this mansion has 2 floors to it. So if they are somewhere on the top floor, they can still be seen. It's only when people are on the ground level. And another thing that I really don't understand about this mansion, and why they're even staying in this mansion, is for the simple fact that people use drones now. People use drones a hell of a lot. Travel bloggers use drones, and a lot of regular people who want to just sightsee use drones to create videos, films, spy on celebrities. The paparazzi have access to drones, and I think that when lockdown lifts, all hell is basically going to break loose on Meghan and the Harry. I find it quite tragic that they've ended up like this. We all know that they left a perfectly beautiful mansion behind in the UK, Frogmore, which would have been adequate. It doesn't have a public trail next to it. It doesn't have random regular people just walking by, because over here in the UK, and obviously you have this in American gated communities, and they are in some kind of gated community of 15 other houses. It's like a complex. But over here in the UK, you have the freedom. If you own a very beautiful home, you also can have the freedom of access to owning the rest of the land around the home, which can be marked off as private land, and anyone that's caught trespassing on that land can be prosecuted. They can walk away with a criminal record if they even walk 100 meters within where your actual property is. Why would they, under the guise of wanting Archie to have a more private life, wanting to protect Archie, want to save Archie, would they be sitting in the middle, bird's eye view, in the middle of LA, exposing their son to possible unwanted attention and exploitation by the media? They released that statement to the newspapers a couple of weeks ago, saying that they don't want to offer themselves up for monetary value or clickbait or for revenue or for advertising revenue. They want a private life, yet they are sitting there like 2 sitting ducks, pretty much, exposed to anything that's coming their way. I think that there's some kind of struggle going on. Also, another thing that was released to the media today was that apparently apparently one of Meghan's friends, who's been leaking to the media again, has shared, an undisclosed source has shared that Meghan is extremely desperate for this book to go ahead. Interesting. So she's really desperate to get this book launched before the actual launch date, which is August, in order to set the record straight. Now, the fact of the matter is, personally, my opinion, this is a straight up lie. Why would someone of her magnitude be desperate, or why would someone who's writing a book, a tell-all book about their lives, be that desperate unless they needed the cash? Meghan could set the record straight simply by actually doing a Skype call, a three-way chat, preferably with her dad, with Thomas Markle Jr., her brother, and with her sister, putting everything straight online for everyone to see what happened, why their relationship broke down. They could do this, they could practice this, practice what it is they want to say. She could practice what it is she wants to say. It wouldn't have to be an organic recording, but it could be them popping up and setting the record straight, putting her image in check, explaining why she did what she did, why her relationship with her dad fractured. Why would you be asking millions and millions of people who are willingly going to hand it to them because it's Meghan and Harry? Why would you be asking millions of people for £20 to set the record straight? So allegedly the two publishers are saying, no, we can't get it out as soon as you want it out, because it takes time to put a book together. But I think that Meghan and Harry have found themselves, the Megxie, has found herself in a bind again, and we see this throughout her entire career. Things are never working out the way she expected them to work out. It's never going the way she expected it to be. She is always unhappy with something somewhere. They're telling her no, and she really is desperate for this book to be released. And I think they really need the money. That's personally my personal viewpoint, is that Charles has put his foot down, and we have seen in the few days the royal family really banding together. They was on that Zoom call together. Sophie of Wessex, Kate Middleton, Prince Charles. They've all been banding together and really working together. Fergie's been reading to the children every single day from her house, so she's been reading and doing her bit. Sophie of Wessex has really stepped up in the last few days, in the last week. She's actually been packing parcels of food for the needy people. She's been putting food together at actual food banks. She's actually doing physical work. She's talking to women from all over the Commonwealth with Kate Middleton and expecting mothers regarding giving birth during these difficult times. And she's really playing a pivotal role, especially she's 55 now, but she's really doing more than what she's done in a long while since the drama that she had all the way back in 2002. She's really cleaned up her image, and she's really making the royal family come to the forefront and look really good. And it's really nice to see that because Meghan and Harry accused them of being archaic. They accused them of being not modern. But we really are now seeing that the royal family is definitely in touch with the people. I definitely feel centered and connected to them. I definitely feel like they are giving me my tax dollar back, or giving me my tax pounds worth of money. I really think they're doing an amazing job. I think they really do understand, and they're tuning into what we need right now. We need positive smiles, we need positive speeches, we need positive faces, we need positive representation. They're thanking the National Health Service staff. They're doing everything that you expect royal family members to do, and it is fantastic. I'm living for it. Meghan and Harry, on the other hand, are a complete disappointment. They're a shambles. They're trashing Tyler Perry's house. I don't know what the hell's going on. I picked up some comments also online. This is something from someone that I read. They said, so sad Harry went from living in Kensington Palace to this squatting eyesore. He has cheapened himself and his life. I feel sorry for Archie too. Someone else also said, I also bet the pair didn't remove or repair the damage made to the borrowed Vancouver Island mansion, another horrible metal fence that they erected to keep the paps out. And that's true. We saw a similar behaviour to that beautiful mansion in Vancouver. Images were released online about the lap of luxury that Meghan and Harry had during Christmas time. It looked absolutely delightful, straight out of a Hollywood fairy tale. Then we saw this awful tarp, this shielding, whatever you want to call it, sheeting, black sheeting again. They seem to go to these lovely mansions that are gifted to them by the kindness and generosity of these very rich connections that they have, and they trash them. Someone else said, if I were allowing them to live in my $15 million home or £15 million home, I'd be ticked about the garish fence, which will do little to nothing to protect their privacy. These two are ridiculous. Couldn't agree with that person more. Someone else said, those won't last more than a few weeks before the wind takes them down. Looks like something you would see at a trailer park. That's exactly how it looks. It looks like a trashed building site. Someone else said, I wonder if the Homeowners Association for this gated community will allow these tacky screens. Many US neighbours have rules about these types of things, and they make occupants, homeowners, remove them often. So, I think that Meghan and Harry are on the verge of actually getting their US rights to reside there revoked. That's what I think. Someone else has put tacky plastic tarps that look like a building site, also advertises the place like a flag. The house is fully visible on Google Earth for any protester to plan a journey up there to egg Meg. And that's a funny one. And it's true. I mean, she's not hard to spot. She's not hard to find. Someone else has put, nothing adds to a neighbourhood's value like tarp strapped to a chain-like fence around your property for privacy. I'm sure the neighbours love looking out of their mansions to see this. There's got to be a code violation for that reason alone. In most decent neighbourhoods, they have rules as to how you can fence your property, and I would assume this look is going to get a few people angry. You don't spend multiple millions to have a view of this. What's next? And that's so true. There's so many more comments. The best comment, I would save the best till last. So a person said, this is hideous and disturbs the overall view of the landscape. It is aesthetically jarring and upsets the neighbourhood. Audacious and rude, presumptuous to the extreme. Get over yourselves. If you're spotted outside, go indoors. It's not like you don't have miles of square footage in your hotel, mansion. Seriously, is this all you guys think about? If so, you should not be in CA. So yeah, that's true. They shouldn't be there. If they want privacy, and we know that their calls for privacy are a stark paradox to what it is they're doing. Meghan and Harry scream one thing, but their actions scream another thing. We know that they don't really want privacy. They are making this place look hideous. Tell me what you think, guys. I have no idea at this point. Have Meghan and Harry lost the plot? Who knows? Anyway, guys, I'll be back with another video. Bye, guys.